We have bad news for your budget tonight. For the fourth straight month, inflation is up.
The country's economic outlook is increasingly uncertain.
Everything from gas to groceries to housing are still rising at a rapid pace.
Everything costs more. In fact, since 2020, everyone is spending on average about 25% more than we did pre-COVID. Your paycheck buys less, and the American dream, most people will tell you, it's becoming a fairy tale. You might feel like you're falling behind. Even while you're doing everything right, you're not alone. And while the middle class is disappearing, you have to wonder, how can I survive? I'm Phil Clark, founder of OmniStar Financial Group, and for more than 30 years, I've worked with families and business owners, and I've seen firsthand how the system punishes the productive and rewards the leveraged. Today, I'm gonna unpack why the middle class is being crushed and what you can do right now to stay out of the quicksand. Number one, wages are not keeping up. From 2000 to now, worker productivity exploded, but wages? Sure, they rose a little, but mostly they've remained stagnant. Yet CEOs and asset owners, they saw their net worth climb exponentially. What about the middle class? You barely kept pace with inflation. You're working harder and you're getting less. Number two, it's asset inflation, and it's leaving you behind. Let's talk about what this rigged game is all about. Stocks, real estate, private equity, they're all exploding in value. Just look over the last 4 or 5 years. We're talking about triple-digit returns. But if you don't own the assets, you're locked out. The Federal Reserve, they're printing trillions of dollars just after COVID.
We love what we do here, making money.
And a lot of that money, it flowed into markets, but not into your bank account. Those dollars helped anyone holding stocks and real estate or hard assets. Those prices moved at record speed. What does this tell you? It is a game of survival. You must own assets. Number three, debt is the default business model. The average American household, they now carry over $110,000 in debt. And if we only consider taxpayers in the United States, the average debt is closer to $325,000. But here's the kicker. Corporations, they thrive on debt, and so does our government. Why doesn't this work for you? Well, that's simple. You're paying interest on your debt, while corporations, they're leveraging the debt to grow the company. The purchase of appreciating assets with their debt is what allows them to grow. Now, most individuals, they're purchasing non-appreciating assets with their debt. Therefore, the corporations get richer, and the average person, well, they might not get poorer, but they're not getting richer. Even the Bible tells you in Proverbs 22:7, the rich rules over the poor, and the borrower is the slave of the lender. If you're not using debt strategically, it's using you. Number four, policy, and I'm talking political policy here, favors the elite. So tax policy, education funding, housing laws, they're all designed to protect capital, not labor. You want to break through? You need to stop playing by the middle class rules. That means you've got to learn the tax code, leverage business structures, and understanding the game behind the game. Tax loopholes, they've helped Americans create respectable fortunes, and that's been going on for decades. Why not learn how to use these loopholes to help you build wealth? And number five, the middle class is now a moving target. You used to be able to raise a family, own a home, and save for retirement all on one income. Today, you can barely do two of those on two incomes. The median price of a new home these days, it's about $425,000, according to the US Census Bureau data. Looking back to the 1980s, the median home price, it was more like $70,000.
A 3-bedroom house out here can be had for about $120,000. The developers offer low interest rates and will take only 5% down. You could move into one of these for less than $10,000.
But the 1980s weren't exactly considered an easy time to buy a home. That's because mortgage rates were at 19%. The old model is broken. That's what I can tell you. A lot changed. since then. Wages haven't gone up fast enough. Housing costs have spiraled out of control, all because our Federal Reserve put interest rates at near zero. Therefore, you need a better blueprint. Well, I'm going to give you 3 steps. They're simple, but not necessarily easy. The first, own assets. Whatever it takes, you have to buy stocks or real estate or just equity in something that has growth potential. If your employer offers a 401k with a match and you're not participating, stop waiting. That's free money. And if they're giving you a dollar for dollar match, that's 100% return on your money before you get it invested. Don't leave money on the table. Today, more than ever, you want to take advantage of everything out there that can help you build wealth. Number 2, it's optimize taxes. You've got to learn more about taxes and how to make them work in your favor. Keeping more of what you earn, that's one of the secrets that every millionaire knows. And number 3 is this: build income independence. Now, unlike in the 80s, your income probably isn't keeping up with home prices and inflation in general. If it takes a side hustle, a consulting gig, or anything that allows you to supplement your income, you need to do it. It means foregoing vacations and life experiences if you're serious about getting ahead. And besides, once you make it, those experiences will be far more memorable because you won't have the stress of wondering how to get ahead. No one's coming to save you, but you can save yourself. As you know, our channel exposes the financial traps keeping people stuck, and we're showing you how to build real wealth. If you're tired of vague advice and political finger pointing, hit the subscribe button. We're building financial resilience, one strategy at a time. The middle class isn't vanishing, but it is being redefined. If you're not adapting, you'll probably find yourself drowning. This isn't about working harder. It's about working smarter, understanding the rules, and rewriting your financial story. Let's get to work, and I'll see you next time on We're Talking Money.